Okay, guys, we're on. We're connected. So, as I mentioned yesterday, we have in past tense two types of verbs. Regular verbs. So, regular verbs, why do we call them regular? Because they all end in ed. Yes? So, a regular verb, if it ends in ed, you know, oh, this is regular. Yes? And we have verbs that are irregular. What does that mean? That the verb changes every time that we use it. Okay? So it has a form in present, infinitive, correct? So when we say infinitive, as I always say to you, infinitive, think original verb. Original verb before we do anything. Before we do the ing, before we do the s, the es, the ies, before modifying. Yes? This is what infinitive means. So when they say, oh, plus infinitive verb, when can this happen? For example, when we have modal verbs. Modal verbs are auxiliaries that indicate different things, and we always use them with infinitive verbs. Auxiliaries or modal verbs such as can. So I hear a lot people go, oh, yes, I can to play soccer on the weekend. No, you can't say that. Can play. Could is also a modal verb. Always you use with an infinitive verb. So you say can play, could play. Would is another modal verb. So would play, should, must, what else is modal verb? Will is a modal verb. There are several. There may be 8, 10 of them, but always you use next to an infinitive verb. So this means this column. Okay? Even if I'm using could, for example, that is the past of can, I do not use the past tense column. I always use the infinitive column because it's a modal verb. May, might. So let's go. We've got can, could, may, might, would, must, should, will. Thank you. See? About 8. There are about 8 of them. With irregular verbs, we have different groups. Okay? Now, why different groups? Here we will be looking at them. This is the first group I introduce you. Now you look at this and you go, oh my God, do I have to learn all these? Right? I get it. Well, for this group, yes. But as you advance, if you see the list that I've given you, the groups get easier. They get easier because, okay, first group, why? Infinitive, one version, past tense changes, and then your past participle also changes. Yes? And as I said, I'm so sorry, I have only the translation in Spanish. So when we talk about this third column, which is participle, yes, we are going to use only this column with have, essentially, okay? When we use the passive voice, when we learn about the passive voice, and what is the passive voice? So the passive voice is when I focus on the result, but not on who did it. For example, when I say Australia was discovered in 1788. By who is not relevant. I'm focusing on what happened. That is the passive voice. So in this case, look what I say. Australia was, I'm using the verb to be, discovered, I'm using the third column. Discovered is a regular verb because it ends in ed. Oh, hi Patricia, ¿cómo está? Qué rico. People from Chile saying hello. So we use, as we said, the verb to be, was, were, plus this column here. As I said, you discovered is regular, so it finishes in ed. So that's why I go, Australia was discovered. Yes, that is the focus. Now, I can add people. I can say, for example, Australia was discovered in 1788 by the British. But the focus is still on the fact that Australia was discovered, not who. So, as I said to you, we're going to learn the passive voice after we learn all the past tense, yes? Because you will understand this better. Why is it important to know these times? Because when you watch the news on TV, yes, when somebody does something, you never hear that they say, for example, 2 people were caught stealing. They can't do that. So usually they go, for example, oh, this morning the National Bank was robbed by 2 people. See what I mean? Because they're focusing on what happened, not who did it. On the news, they cannot go, this person, because if it's not true, they can get into a lot of trouble. And so then people can go, hey, you accused me falsely. That wasn't true. So now you need to pay me because you ruined my reputation and my name, you see? So that's why always on the news, when you listen to the news and things that are happening correct, then this is why they use that, okay? Okay, let's begin then. So, as you can see here in the first group of the verbs, yes, they change. And so obviously the sounds, the pronunciation is going to be different too. So, okay, I want you to repeat after me, yes? So we're going to say, begin.
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 Good. In.
In.
Began.
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 The N on the end. Began.
Began.
Good. Begun.
Began.
Begun.
Began.
No. Began.
Began.
Begun.
Began.
No. This is a. This is a. 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 A.
Ah.
Began.
Began.
Begun.
Began.
Better. Okay? Which means, what is to begin? To start. Yes? Okay, good. This one. Bite.
Bite.
Bit.
Beat.
Bit. Or you can also say on this one, bitten. 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 What is to bite? Right? You bite an apple. Huh? If you've got a yummy boyfriend, you can bite also. Okay. This one. Let's see. We have blow.
Blow.
So blow. Yeah, blow. The wind, right? The wind blows. So we have blow.
Blow.
Listen, blue,
Blue.
like the color blue. So look at that. Look, the spelling is different, but the pronunciation is like the color blue. Different writing, same pronunciation. Yes, blue.
Blue.
And then we have blown.
Blowing.
Blown.
Blowing.
Good. This one, break.
Break.
Broke.
Broke.
Broken.
Broken.
Come.
Come.
Came.
Came.
Come.
Come.
Good. Choose.
Choose.
Chose.
Chose.
Chosen.
Chosen.
Chosen. With this one, be careful with this one, yeah? It's good morning, Caro. It's yes, not shh. So this one you want to say Choose.
Choose.
Short. Not shoes. See, it's different. So on your feet, you wear shoes.
Choose.
But this is choose. If I go, come on, choose.
Choose.
Choose. So I always try to tell you that ch is like the train. Yes? Short. The other one is sh, sh, silent. Yes? So choose, shoes.
Choose.
They're different. Okay, got it? Okay. So this is choose, chose, chosen.
Choose. Choose. Children.
Chose,
Choose.
chosen,
Children.
chosen.
Children.
Zen.
Then. Children.
The sound, John, is chosen.
Children.
You're not saying the S.
Children.
Chosen.
Children. Children.
Better. So you know when you go Xi'an, right? Xi'an, like the city in China, or Jiangxi, right? You say that, right? You have cities in China, right? Xi'an, Jiangxi, right? So the S like an X.
Children.
Better. Yeah. But not D, okay? Not a D. The S is like a snake, right? Okay, amazing. Do,
Do.
did,
Be.
done.
Done.
When I go, I'm done. We're done, huh? You can, right? Look at this. You might go, do? Why do? Isn't do for simple present? Yes. But do can be an auxiliary and it can be a verb of action. So here, do means to do something. Yes? So do, did, done. When you go, oh, I finished. Oh, thank God, I'm done. Yeah, let's go on holiday, right? Finished. Okay, draw,
Draw.
drew,
Drew.
drawn,
Drawn.
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 And look at this. Here we said blue, drew.
Drew.
See the ending? It's the same sound. So this is something for you to pay attention, yes? When sometimes there's a word I understand you don't know, but looking at the word, of course, English is not phonetical. You need to know. But yes, the sounds, our sounds are similar. Yes? So here, if I have EW, all of them, the majority will have that sound of you. So blue, drew. Okay? Look at this one. This one also. Blown, drawn. Now, of course, it will change because we're talking about a different verb, which is draw, right? So that's why the sound is drawn. But you see this So here, blown,
Blown.
drawn,
Drawn.
right? Okay, drink,
Drink.
drank,
Drank.
drunk.
Drunk.
Yeah, I think all of you know this one, huh? Drunk? Yeah, at least once in your life, huh? Right? Joey goes, huh? Okay. Drive,
Drive.
drove,
To.
driven,
Driven.
driven. Different, huh? Because you go drive, drove, you might think this is driving. No, it's driven. Eat,
Eat.
ate,
Ate.
like the number 8. Look at that. This is pronounced like the number 8. Eat,
Eat.
ate,
Ate.
eaten.
Eaten.
Fall,
Fall.
fell,
Fell.
fallen.
Fallen.
Fly,
Fly.
flew.
Flew.
Look, another one. Look. Blue, pronunciation. So that's when you're pronouncing a word, don't focus on the word. Don't just think, oh, this is this word and it pronounces. Focus on the combination of the letters. So then you go, oh, this combination is pronounced this way, correct? So here, fly,
Fly.
flew,
Flew.
flown.
Flown.
Forget,
Forget.
forgot,
Forgotten.
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 It's good. Did you know the pronunciation of these verbs or not? Are some of them new? Some of the sounds? Or you knew them? Did you know the sound, how to pronounce these verbs or not? Not all of them. So some are new for you. Jamie? Some of them are new. Okay, good. Girls, you're listening. Wang, Julia, you're listening. Yes, good. Understanding? Huh? Yes? Tashi? It's good. Okay. What about you girls? Bina, Jalmaya? It's good? Yeah. Because sometimes, you see the verb, but you're not sure how it's pronounced. Correct? Okay, let's continue. And remember, as I said to you, I don't want you to memorize these verbs. I don't want you to go home like old school and be begin, began. Like, it doesn't work that way. Make like the learning of your verbs in past tense a natural process. Make mistakes again and again, right? And then go, I'm wrong. I'm talking in the past. When you say, oh, I go to the cinema. No. I went, correct? So making mistakes is when you realize, no, it's wrong, okay? So don't be afraid to make mistakes. You're here to learn, correct? Okay, good. Okay, let's continue. I remember when I was learning, oh my God, the verbs in Spanish. Oh my God. That was traumatic because in Spanish, they change the verb completely for every single time. And so I remember I used to, old school, I used to, okay, present, for each person because they changed the verb for each person. And you go from present, past, future, and it's like, oh my God, but I learned it. You can do it. Okay, so this is much easier for me. Sorry. And again, when am I going to do this? Only in simple past, present, perfect, or past perfect, right? In affirmative, because I do not use the auxiliary. So this is when I'm going to use, correct, the past tense verbs. Remember, if I say, did you play soccer yesterday? Yes, I played soccer, regular. I played soccer last night. Or no, I didn't play soccer yesterday. See what I mean? So if you use did you, play. If you say I didn't, play. But if you say yes, I played. That's why we learn these. If I say, hey, to say, Peter, did you drink all the milk? Oh, I'm sorry. Was it yours? Yeah, I drank it all. You see? I drank it all. What is that? No, it wasn't me. I didn't drink anything. See? So did you drink? Yeah, I drank. To say I didn't drink. Yes? Okay, good. Your list of verbs, Raj. This is what we're working with. So these here, I've already given them to you before. This is with the other material that I gave you. Yeah, need to look for it. Okay, let's continue. So we have Freeze. This is what is happening now, right? In Sydney at the moment, it's freezing. Yes, freeze. And you know when you're playing, you know when, let's say, with the little girls and they're jumping around, you go, freeze. Right? Okay, so that's what the meaning of freeze. Or to say, hey, sometimes my daughter goes, Mum, what do you want me to do with the meat? And so I go, oh, we're going to freeze it. Put it in the freezer, yeah? So we can freeze it. Froze. So you see here, freeze, froze, frozen. Here, compare. So I know it's different. Choose, freeze. But look, choose, chose. Freeze, froze. And then you have chosen, frozen. Huh? Frozen, yes. Who was the, what is it, Disney character? Elsa. Oh, you know Elsa too, Tashi? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I don't know to be worried or if that's a good thing. No. Good dad. Huh? Do you know the song too? What is it? Let it go. Let it go. Okay, good. Okay, let's continue. So we have get, got or gotten. So you see when we said forget, so we said forget, forgot, forgotten. Now here with the get, you can use the option of got or gotten. We will see more of this when we use present perfect. But why is it optional? It has to do with the person, what type of person is in the sentence. Okay, as to, so usually for he, she, it, you would say gotten. And maybe for I and you use just got. So that's why you have the two options, okay? Give, gave, given. Go, went, gone. To go, right? So come, go. Go. Come. Go. Come. Yes? If you're here in Australia, are you going to China or are you coming to China? Are you coming back to China? Are you going to China or are you coming back to China?
Going.
If you're in Australia, are you going to China or are you coming back to China? You're going. You see what I'm doing? Going. So always coming. This coming back is when you return. So from China, you come back to Australia. Huh? So to say, I'm going to China on Wednesday to say something, and I'm coming back on Sunday. Understand? So the coming back is not going. Because I hear this a lot in my classroom. A lot of students, they say to me, oh, teacher, I'm so sorry. I didn't come because I was coming back to China. Going back, you mean? Going to China? Like you went? Yeah. Because you're back here now, right? Be careful. Okay. Look at this. So we said before, yes? Blow, blew, blown. Look at this. Grow, grew, grown. See? They're very similar sounds. We said bite. We said drive. Now we say hide. We said bite, bit, bitten. Drive, drove, driven. This is hide, hid, hidden. What is to, bless you, what is to hide? Peekaboo. This is to hide. Yeah? Peekaboo. Right? To hide. No. No. Now, this one, guys, know is knowledge. Some of you go, oh, I would love to go to China to know many places. Incorrect, because know is here. We are learning knowledge, information. Always think when, sometimes when you think you understand and you go, yes, teacher, I know. Well, you don't, because you don't have the information. You're learning. So usually you should say, teacher, oh, I understand. I get it. I got it. I understand. This is correct. Say, yes, I know. You don't, because you're learning, right? When, for example, if I'm teaching my daughter to cook and I go, cut this way, she says, Mama, I know. She knows. So basically she said, let me do it. So this tells me she knows, because she cuts with the knowledge that she has, you see? But you do not visit, you do not travel and say, oh, I want to know many countries. This is wrong. You want to travel, you want to visit, you want to see, but not know. Got it? So I don't want to hear that again. So here again, look. So again, let's go back to our example. We said blow, blew, blowing, fly, flew, flown. And here, know, knew, known. And look at this, same pronunciation as new, brand new. So the K is silent. Know, knew, known. See? The K is silent. How do we know the difference? Context. Yes? Okay. This one. Lie, lay, layin. Lie can have two meanings. So to lie is to not tell the truth. Okay, that is to lie. So don't you lie to me. Huh? Typically. And the other is, oh, after lunch, I'm a bit tired. I'm going to go lie down for a bit and watch TV. Or I'm going to take a nap, right? So you go to lie. Or to say, oh, let's lie on the beach. It's a beautiful day. So when you lie, as in, correct? Lay. Mum, do you need help with anything when I'm making lunch or dinner? Oh, could you please lay the table? Could you please lay the table? What is to lay the table? That, you put the fork, the knife, you put the napkins, maybe the plates, the glass. This is to, so some people say, oh, could you put the table? What do you mean? The table's already there. No. But you do. You put the table, you can place the table, but really what you do is you lay the table. So when you're working in hospitality, and, okay, boss, I'm here. What do you need me to do? Oh, could you please start prepping? They say prepping the tables. Could you lay the tables? Meaning knife, fork, the glass, water, etc. Understand? Sometimes when you say, teacher, here's my attendance, where do you want it? Oh, just put it on the table or lay it on the table. So lay is to put. Means the same. Yes?
Yes, I'm thinking when you're doing your bed, you could say the same.
So you lay the bed? Yes, because it's like you're prepping it. Yeah. Help me lay the bed. Yeah. Yeah, it's more of an expression, that one, actually. Because actually the correct term would be to make the bed, right? But yeah, some people say lay. It's correct. Drive, hide, write. See? The endings, you see, they're the same. Only the initial letter changes, but the rest of the sound. So when you go this, please do not say re there. ride, drive, hide, bite. See, I. Why do we have this sound of I? Because the E on the end is silent. The E gives all the power to the I and makes it strong. This is why we say hide, ride, drive, live. Yes? So ride, come on.
Right.
Road,
Road.
ridden.
Ridden.
Yes, like this one, yes? Hidden, ridden, bitten. Ring, rang,
Right.
rung.
Wrong.
Ring, so ring to call. Rang,
Right.
rung.
Wrong.
For example, if somebody's, let's say, if my children go, hey, mum, grandmother or grandma is calling you. Oh, I rang her yesterday. We spoke yesterday. See? I rang her yesterday. So meaning we talked. This one. Rise. So rise. Rose.
Those.
Just like the flower, huh? The rose. Yes. Do you like roses? They're pretty. Me too. I love them. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Oh, this computer. Here we go. Okay, let's continue. Okay. So rise, rose, risen. Look at that. That's the same as the drive, drove, driven. So here we go rise, rose, risen. Risen. So you see the E here is not silent because we have the N. The N, risen. Okay, this one. Run,
Wrong.
ran, run. See, saw, seen. Show, showed, shown. Look at this one, how weird it is, the show. Look. Look at this one. Look at the show, and then the past tense is regular. And then it's irregular again. I know, English, right? Like, oh my God, why? Why? Okay, so show, showed, shown. Sing,
Sing.
sang,
Sam.
sang,
Sang.
sung.
Sung.
Good. Like the ring. So ring, sing, rang, sang, rung, sung. Speak,
Speak.
spoke.
Spoke.
It isn't S. It's speak,
Speak.
spoke.
Spoke.
No. It isn't spoke. It's spoke.
Spoke.
No E. Yeah? So speak,
Speak.
spoke,
Spoke.
spoken.
Spoken.
Okay? Be careful. Spoken. Spoken.
Spoken.
Yeah? When you go Saturday, Sunday, students, school. You don't say school. Correct? Chalmaya, what happened? Huh? Yeah, I'm going to school. No, not school. School, Saturday, Sunday, speak, snake, see. Like a snake. Okay? Good. So we have speak, spoke, spoken. This one, spring,
Spring.
sprang,
Sprang.
sprung. Who's saying sprung? No sprung. Sprung. Yes, Jalmaya. Sprung. No E. So it's the same thing, guys. Spring, sprang, sprung. Okay? The spring also can be, you know, when you have your bed and you know you have the mattress and you sit on the mattress and you see if it's like, you know, soft and bouncy. Why? Because the mattress has the spring. So they said, yeah. So you go, oh, I want to try the mattress to see how much spring it's got in it. You know what I mean? Like if it's bouncy. Spring can also be that when you're planting, you know, like a little seed, and then you get the little plant, it springs, it starts growing. Okay? Good. Here, this one. Steal.
Steel.
What is to steal? Tashi does the same thing, huh? To steal. Yes. Steal, stole, stolen. Swim, swam, swum. See those sounds? The E, A, E, A, swim, E, swam, A, swam, O. A. So the A is like an A cut in the middle. And this one, which is a U, which is crazy because it's a U, is pronounced A. See? A, like half an A, but this one is A. Correct? Good. Take. Took. Taken. Throw. Right? To throw. Through. Just like blow, blew. Just like fly, flew. You see? We've seen this in many verbs. You, through, thrown, thrown. Remember, the best way to pronounce TH, so yes, tongue between your teeth and blow. So you go. That is how you do it. If it's more difficult, I like the way that we go when we say, and it works for everybody, okay? It's a Spanish word, but everybody can do it. When you say almohada, almohada. You see my tongue? You see my mouth? Almohada, da. So then you go throw, through, thrown. Good. It's the same sound. Huh? Almohada, da. And you go 33. Okay, good. So, where? What is where? Where? I'm wearing a jumper, correct? So, where? Wore, worn. Wake, wake. Woke, woke or woken. Write, wrote, written. Okay, good. Group number 2. If you're online and you want my verbs, just send me your email and I will send them to you, okay? And so you can have them also. So group 2, as you can see, and I said to you, this will get easier and easier, okay? Now the past tense and the participle are the same. So essentially you learn less. Okay? So here we have bring, brought, and the other one is the same, brought. So here you just need to know the two. So you have bring, brought, build, built. It's very important. I think one of the things that I see in students, especially when they're practicing for the English tests, that the majority do not pronounce the last letters. And unfortunately, because the English tests are computer-based, the computer, because it doesn't hear the t and the d, so the t as in T and the d for D, it fails you. So these are things, if you want to improve your speaking, make sure. I do know that as English speakers, we do speak fast. But if you really pay attention to how I speak, I really do pronounce each letter. When I go fast, you can hear the t. When I go, for example, what was it, this one? Brought, you can hear the t, t. Huh? When we go built, t, t. Now here, this one is burn. And it has an R. What does the R mean? What does this mean? This verb can be regular and it can be irregular. There are many, not a lot, maybe 10, maybe 15, no more. They're small group. So basically what it's saying here is that we say burn in present, in infinitive, but in past you could say burnt, and you can also say burned. And the two are correct. Why? Because I have the R. Okay? That is why sometimes it can be a little confusing, because maybe sometimes you see and you read and you say, isn't this verb irregular? Why do they have ED? Like learn. Learn is like burn. Probably down here. But so we can say learnt, and you can also say learned. You say, I learned from the best. I learned from the best. It is the same. Okay? Good. Okay, let's continue. So we've got burn, burnt, buy, bought. Now, people always get these two confused in the past. This one is bro. You have the bro, like the bra. What is it? Bro. But this one's nothing. So here is brought, bought. Yeah, they are not the same. They are different. Okay, catch. Take catch. Yeah, hey, catch. Right? And you go caught. Caught. Like when you go to the court, like to tribunal. Or the basketball court. Huh? So this is how you say court for basketball. The pronunciation is the same. Court, court. Okay, so here we have dream. Now listen to the past. Dreamt. Dream, dreamt. Also can be dreamed. It can also be regular. Dreamed. Feed, fed. Feel, felt. Fight, fought. Find, found. I hear this many times. People say find. No. Find. Now you might go, why I? There is no E on the end. And you are correct. And I do not have the answer. It's English. I don't know. So yeah, this one, don't ask me why. But yeah, it's find. No find. Find. Found. This one, hang. When you're washing and you hang the clothes, Correct? Oh, yeah. You hang up, you're talking, and you hang up the phone. Yes? So, again, we said ring, rang. So, this is hang, hung. Can also be regular. So, you can say hanged. Did you hang the clothes? Yeah, I hung them this morning. I hung them this morning. You have the two alternatives. Hear, heard, hold. You want me to repeat that one again? Okay. Here, like here, right now, here, right? Here, different spelling, different meaning, same pronunciation. Yes? Heard. When I have many cows, a herd of cows, a herd of horses, a herd of buffaloes. Yes? You're talking about the group. Oh, a herd of sheep also. Yes? So that's a herd. Same pronunciation. Hold. So I'm holding a pen, or when you're on the phone and they go, please hold, and we will convey, right? There's, what is it? Hold on a minute, like wait. So hold, held, keep, kept. This one is like sleep, slept. Correct? Okay, good. Are we good? Amazing? Okay. No questions? No? Okay, good. Is this good? Yes? Okay. And of course, I don't expect you to remember, but at least I want to give you at least, once to hear, to pronounce, so that you go, how was it? At least you'll have some memory, okay? That's why we're doing this exercise today. Yes? What's happening? You tired? A little tired? You're listening? Ah, okay. New sounds? Some of them? Okay, so the last one was keep, yes? And look at this. When you said to me, can I say, you asked me, Edna, can I say lay? Let's lay the bed, meaning make the bed. This is the lay that you were talking about, not the other one. Because you were saying, let's lay the bed. That's in present, correct? So this is the lay you were talking about. The other lay was in the past, you see? And there you go. When I go lay the table, so this is the action we're talking about, not the past of the other one. Mm-hmm. So we have lay, laid, learn, learnt. So just like your burnt, remember I told you, and you have the option of ed. So you can also say learned. After you speak English really good, you're going to go, I learned from the best. Here, leave, left, lend, lent. What is to lend? When you go, oh, excuse me, do you have a pen I can use? Here, use mine. This is to lend. Yeah. Light, lit. When you have a barbecue, if you do a typical South American barbecue with charcoal, you light the barbie. We call the barbecue the barbie, right? So the barbecue, yeah, to say, oh, can you go and light the barbecue so we can put the meat? This one's a little bit difficult, because you're not, like, the way that it's written is it's difficult to pronounce. So this one is lose. So it's like a double O, like choose, but there's no double O. So remember when we said choose, chose, it's kind of similar, but no, the pronunciation is lose. Lose. And then we say lost. Make. Made. People always ask me, what's the difference between do and make? So you do an action, you make something. I do my homework. I make dinner. I make a project. I can make a plan. Yes? But I do my hair. I do the washing. I do the dishes. Action. But to make is always to create, to make a dish, to make food, to make sandwiches, something. Okay? Got it? That is the main difference. Mean,
Mean.
coming from the meaning, meant.
Mean.
Yeah? So a student said to me yesterday, teacher, can you write on the board? You always say that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? This is a catchphrase I have. I repeat all the time. I say to you guys, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? When I say that, I'm asking you, do you understand? So what I'm saying is, you know what I mean. Do you understand me? So that's what I'm saying, okay? Because she was like, you say it too fast. I can't understand. So mean as in the meaning. And they go, you know what I mean? Like, do you understand? Okay? So mean, meant. Meet,
Mean.
to get together. Huh? When you meet your friends, when you meet your boss, when you have a meeting, meet. You meet new people all the time. Yes? Met. Pay, paid.
Paid.
Read.
Read.
Now, this is tricky, huh? Yes, Edna. So read, red,
Right.
like the color red, correct? So here, this is just like the color. So here, this is how you pronounce in past. Read, so it's kind of like this. And then in past, you go red. We write the same, we pronounce differently. Okay, let's continue. Say,
Say.
said,
Say.
said.
Say.
Sell,
Sell.
sold.
Sold.
Mm-hmm. Only a few more to go. Send,
Send.
sent,
Send.
shine,
Sign.
shone,
Song.
shh, 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 shine,
Shine.
shine,
Sign.
shine,
Sign.
no, shine,
Sign.
no, you cut it,
Sign.
shine,
Sign.
yeah, but don't cut it, keep it going, shine,
Sign.
Tashi, ah, look at Tashi,
Sign.
oh, bit better. Yeah, you need to practice those sounds, huh? Okay. So, shine, shone, meaning shine, sparkle, like a diamond, like the stars, they shine. Yes? Okay. Sit,
Sit.
sat,
Sat.
sleep,
Sleep.
slept,
Slept.
smell,
Smell.
huh? Smell, smelt. And you can also say smelled. Yes? Spell,
Spell.
spelt.
Spell.
Edna, spelt. Yes. I heard somebody say S. Was it you? Ah, good. Bina? Oh, good. Jalmaya? It was you. Spelt. No, no E. No, there's no E. It isn't S. No, it's spelt. No. Bina, Bina, help Jalmay. Tell her it's better. Yeah, much better. Okay, spend,
Spend.
spent,
Spend.
spent. No, spent.
Spend.
Okay, stand,
Stand.
stood.
Stood.
Good, Jalmay. Sweep.
Sweep.
What is sweep? Well, nobody sweeps anymore, I think, but sweep is like Cinderella. Yeah, sweep, with the broom, and swept.
Swept.
Teach,
Teach.
taught,
Told.
tell,
Tell.
told,
Told.
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 It says old, told.
Told.
Good. People always ask me, what is the difference between tell and say? So, you say something, but you tell somebody something. You say something, you tell somebody something. That is the difference between say and tell. That's why sometimes when I ask questions and I go, come on, say something, like anything, say, speak. But if I go, hey, I need to talk to you. I just wanted to tell you blah, 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 blah. So I call a person and I, okay, that is to tell. Kind of like a story. Yeah. Think,
Think.
thought,
So.
thought.
So.
No, it's thought. It's thought.
Thought.
Better. Win.
Win.
And look at this one. One.
One.
What? One.
One.
Why the tongue?
One. One.
Yeah. One. So same pronunciation as the number one. Win. One.
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 One. Number one.
One.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, good. Okay, group number 3. Group number 3. So now group number 3 gets easier. Huh? They're all the same. So now I learn less. And here in group number 3, the infinitive, the past tense, the participle are all the same. So, cost, cut, hit, hurt, let is like to leave, like let him in, let him come in. Let, like, okay, come. Put, like you're late. Set, like you're put, like you're late also. Shut, to close. Spread, to open. Spread is to open. Spread also, when you have bread and you spread the butter on the bread, you spread. If I'm painting, I spread the paint. So meaning to spread, to cover, or to open. Okay? Got it? Good. 4th group. So these ones are verbs which we add a prefix. Okay? We add a prefix. What's a prefix? So a prefix is something at the beginning of the verb which will change completely the meaning. For example, we say understand, meaning you know, correct? But if you don't know, then you go, misunderstand. which is the contrary. It's the opposite. To say, I'm so sorry. I think I was confused. I misunderstood what you said. Yes? When we say, you need to be respectful. But I can also say the opposite. You're very irrespectful. You're disrespectful, meaning no respect. To say, oh, she was very helpful. Maybe not. Unhelpful. So here with the verbs, you see, we have rise. Now, when we say arise, so rise is to go up, but to arise means get up. For example, sorry, I'm very religious, but so we Christians, correct? We believe that Jesus died and then he arose. He came back to life. He got up after he was dead, correct? So arise, it's like, come on, live again. Awake. So wake, awake, you are awake. See? So wake is like, wake. And to awake is like, I'm already awake. See? So it changes the meaning. So we said come, but here we have become. So when I was young, I wanted to become a psychologist. See? Become, be that person. So become is to be that person. Okay? Broadcast. So here you have cast and you have broad. So to broadcast is you broadcast on the radio, on TV, on social media to publicize. Okay? That is to broadcast. To forbid. So bid is like, who gives me more? Do I have 20? Do I have 20? I've got 20. Do I have 30? 30. Yeah, 30 over there. Do I have 50? 50. This is to bid. But this forbid means prohibited. Oh, I forbid you to go to that house. Forbidden. Like, no. Forecast for the weather. What is the forecast? Oh, it is announced it will rain tonight. Or to say it will be sunny. So this is the forecast. So you see, broadcast, forecast. This broad means to amplify. This for means before. And also can be regular. So forecasted or forecast. Forgive. So give is to give something, but to forgive is I forgive you. It's okay. I understand. To take, and then you have mistake, to be incorrect. Understand, we said misunderstand. So you see, all these are prefixes which change the word completely. And understand. So you have stand, and then we have under, to understand. Yes? And there you have the different meanings. Good? Okay, last group. So look what it says here. Just going to go smaller here, okay? So that we can read. It says the fifth group. It includes the verbs that can also function as auxiliaries with a different meaning from the one stated here. So what we're saying is auxiliaries. Remember, the auxiliaries for me are the most important thing of a sentence, because auxiliaries indicate the time of the phrase. We use do and does for simple present. We use be, am, is, are to talk about personal information, to talk about actions that I'm doing at the moment. We use was, we use were. In the past, this is what we are learning, correct? Was and were. For past information, for past continuous. And we will be learning next week did, as in the simple past. You see? So we have, which is your present perfect, correct? Have or has. And then we have had for the past. But here, these are also actions. When I say, what do you do? Oh, I'm a carpenter. I'm a teacher. I'm a cleaner. What do you do? What do, time, auxiliary, you do, action. But if I ask you before from your previous country, if I go, Edna, what did you do in Mexico? Jamie, what did you do in Chile? Tashi, what did you do in Korea? Etc. Yes, what did you do? What did is the past, and do is the action. And remember, if I use have, I will use, sorry, not this one. I'll use the participle. So, here, this one, sorry. If yes, to say, for example, you know, it's very common when I watch those movies and they kill somebody and they're on the phone and it's like, I'm in trouble. Oh, I have a problem. And the other person goes, what have you done? What have you done? What have you done? Right? When they kill somebody or that. So it's like, what have, as in the auxiliary, you done? Participle, you see? But here, have is possession. Yes, possession. I have 5 children. I have 4 daughters and I have a son. I don't have a car. My daughter, she has 3 cats. I have many students from different countries. Yes, etc., etc., etc. This is this verb, possession, possession. Can I say I have 50 years old? No, because this one is going to talk about me. Me. This is why I say I am 50 years old. Yes? I cannot say I have, because the years, they go. They do not stay. Do you understand? So I know that sometimes you're translating and you translate direct, right? Because in Spanish, you guys say, I have. So when I go, introduce yourself. Hi, my name is Jamie. I'm Chilean. I am, no, you're not like this, by the way. But you're very sweet. I'm a biotech, what is it? Sorry, don't tell me. I'm a biotechnology engineer. I have 32 years old. Oh, sorry, I am 32 years old. Right? So don't use have, use am. Got it? And if I want to talk about somebody else, if I go, how old is your boyfriend? Teacher, he's 24. Huh? Right? Not he has. He is. Yes? Okay. Any questions? No? Are we good? Yes? Okay. 10-minute break? Yes? Coffee, bathroom, whatever. We'll come back with the regular verbs. Remember, regular verbs end in ed, but there are 3 different sounds when we pronounce So we'll see those rules in a bit, okay? Go do what you do and come back. Thank you. But I gave you this with the initial material. Where is it? Yeah, it's no good if you leave the material at home. Yeah. You've got to bring the material to classes, okay? So you have any plans on the weekend, Edna? You guys going to do anything?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
On Sunday we have a party, like a birthday party for my daughter.
Oh, okay.
But we don't have plans yet. Maybe Saturday my husband he wants to do a picnic,
Okay.
but the weather is gonna be like
You're going to have to do it super early.
so I think we have to change. Maybe.
But do you guys like to do other activities like go bowling and play golf and stuff like that?
No, but we try to do like all the things. We would be like doing something like outside.
Mm.
Because Emilia, if she's at home, she's very grumpy. Like
Yeah.
she demands the attention.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Play with like with her all the time.
You know what's really cool to go see? Try and visit because there are so many museums here. I don't know if you've been to the one here in museum, that
The Australian.
the Australian Museum. It's really, really good. Used to have a shark outside. I'm not sure if it still has it.
Yes, they have a big like whale.
Oh, I have a whale.
Wow, that's a really good.
Mm.
Yes, we like to go to museums. We never been in the Museum of Sydney.
Okay.
We never been there.
Okay.
Only during the holidays, I will take Emilia.
Okay. I always took my children to, still today, I take them at least once a year to the opera house for opera. We do opera once a year, maybe theatre to plays and stuff, maybe because they're super cheap. Like I think because I go so frequently, now they give me the option of pre-sale, and they give me like really good deals. But I think it's because we go a lot. Like we started this year. Not really. Like see Annie at the Capitol. We'd never been to the and we were like super up front. We were like the first row. I bought them last year and $79. I don't pay like a lot of money. Last year we saw Wicked, Hamilton. Hamilton's really good. 2 years ago, I took my daughter for her birthday to see Cinderella. Then I took my other daughter. What did we go to see? But like I've always tried to give them a cultural sense. So they're in that sense they're pretty demanding. Like we've seen Madame Butterfly. I wanted to see Carmen, but I didn't like the version that they brought. It was too modern for me. I want to see the older version. La Traviata. My kids have seen the Traviata. Romeo and Juliet, they've seen it in Spanish, they've seen it in English. Yeah, they've seen a lot. We've seen gospel, the Harlem Gospel Singers. Yeah, anything we can get our hands on. And also, like Victoria was going through a very, very heavy phase of K-pop. So, yeah, like I had to go to her festivals with K-pop and stuff. Yeah.
Such a good mom. Like even now they are older, you are thinking all the time. Like,
Oh,
there are
absolutely.
different ways to connect with them, you know?
Well, you know,
That's
I work so much. So, you know, I always said to my children, I know I haven't given you quantity, but I have given you quality. Like the time that I'm with my children, I absolutely just disconnect completely.
like presence.
People send me messages, I don't answer. Like I'm with my kids, sorry. You know, I started doing that many years ago because I used to be a slave of my phone. But then I was like, no, it's not urgent. If it's not urgent, like what could be more urgent than time with my kids? You know what I mean? And even if the world is collapsing and falling apart, well,
And they grow so fast. I mean, I think
Terribly.
now you are like more conscious about it. But
no.
I saw Emilia and I think like, wow.
I was very
she's
conscious
so big now.
when Victoria, something happened. So because I had a series of kids, right? And then there was a big break of 9 years. When Victoria came along, I was like, oh my God. Like it wasn't the time. Honestly, it wasn't the time. Ever. I was stable. I had been working for many years to get to the top. I was at the top. It was like kind of like maybe life laughing at me in a certain sense. It was not funny, you know.
Lesson.
It was difficult. I was in the hospital like 3 times. I couldn't leave my work. Like it's like this is what I've been working for, and so it's, I'll make it work. I'll make it happen. But your body just says no, you can't. You know, it was very unfair. But she came along and she changed the lives of all of us. Really, 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 she is a really blessed child. You know what I mean? Like we all love her. We're all really pending on her.
And she's maybe like the glue of your family because I
Kind
am
of,
the
maybe.
youngest in my
Yeah.
family, and I came after like 5, 6 years,
Yep.
and I know that my parents didn't want another child.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
but
No, we were trying. We
Ah.
tried for 2 years, and I had 2 miscarriages, and then as soon as we gave up, Victoria came along straight away. Yeah. But so yeah, you're kind of right. Victoria's just very Victoria. She's special, very special. You know, Victoria's a person. She has that personality. She could not be mad. She will be angry with you, maybe 2 seconds. She's never, ever, ever angry, ever. She's always happy, always. You know what I mean? So as I'm saying, she's like the light and the shine for us, for all of us, all the family. But when Victoria was Victoria started to go to school when she was like 2.5. She dropped the diapers, and so okay, got to go to school because she was too smart.
yes, she was with
And the nanny, she was driving the nanny crazy because it was like, I don't know what to do. Like, she's just too clever for me. Like, she's bored all the time. So it was like, okay, go to school. And when she got to that 5-year-old mark, and I remember I went to a school meeting and we were looking at her folder and she was showing me, Mummy, look, this is what I did. And I started crying. And she was, Daddy, what's happening to Mommy? And he's like, what's the matter? I was like, my baby's not baby anymore. It's like, this is the last one. There are no more babies because I, closed the factory. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's when I realized, and yeah. And I think the fact that I was a young mum also.
yes, you were like a completely different mom.
Yeah.
To your oldest.
I always supported them, always there. Even today, like, my daughter, all week, hey, Mum, this weekend. Okay, so what's the plan? Because she's very organized. Yeah. And so it's like.
Sometimes you talked about Victoria, and I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Like she's very organized. She planned.
No, that's Priscilla. Victoria, no.
Ah.
Priscilla, oof. Priscilla's we call her little Hitler. Because she was the one that did the brunch for me for Mother's Day. Because you see the detail, everything in its place. But that's how I don't know why. Not my daughter.
Yes, Yes, but I had the same feeling on Tuesday. I went to her school
Hmm.
to saw her show,
To see.
to see her show, and she was like at the beginning of the show, like
Yeah.
Emilia,
Yeah.
like she opened the show, and I was crying like,
Mm,
oh my god,
yeah.
like,
And you feel so proud.
yes, because she's shy,
Okay.
so for her that was a
Huge effort.
like for sure.
Hmm.
And she was sore the night before.
Yeah.
She was so stressed, like,
Poor thing.
oh, imagine. And then everything was good, and she was like enjoying.
You know, Priscilla was the same. Priscilla, she went to school for 2 years. She was very shy. But why was she very shy? Was because people, strangers, always, ever since she was a baby, would, such a beautiful baby. Oh, so cute. Because she had red hair. And, you know, in Chile, that wasn't common to see people with red hair and green eyes, you know. So she used to bring the mask that made her very insecure. And we had to do a lot of things. But, you know, when they get older, you know, I think for me, I used to propose to say, hey, do you want to do any sports? Do you want to do dancing? You want to do anything you want, baby? I'm there. And sometimes she would, oh, I want to be a cheerleader. Okay. Yeah, sure. Anything she wanted, I supported her. And as I said to you, like Priscilla, she is very good for painting and drawing. Her school, because she's very sweet in character. So the teacher was like, this is a beautiful painting. It was selected. It won a prize to be in the museum. She had to go, you know, and yeah. So she's always been like a public thing. And imagine today, she's a hotel reservation manager. She doesn't like to talk one-on-one with people, but on the phone, no problem. You know what I mean?
I am thinking to enroll in Comida,
What's that?
like in Kensington. There is like a school of acting and like
Okay.
improvisation.
Yeah.
And so
But you know what? Don't worry, because at school, usually the school program, you know, I was talking about this because I'm helping one of my students with pronunciation. Basically, he wants to lose his accent and he wants to be neutral in English. And so we've been focusing a lot on, you know, but it's not just speaking well. Like you can speak very well, but if you don't have the personality, if you don't know how to move your hands, if you don't know how to have the body language, it's no good anyway, you know? And he's a manager, so he has a lot of meetings and so on. So, you know, I've been teaching him all these things to help him. And he goes, it's really good. And he goes, how do you know so much? And I go, oh, because when we're at school, you have the spelling bee, you have the reading contests, and that in the future, when you get older, like 10, 12, then they start debate. So I know I'm very extroverted, but I think it's because at school they really pushed us, you know. I know I'm vibrant, I'm social, but, you know, I think that like doing debate and learning how to do public speaking and, you know, showing you how to use the hands and why and all these kind of things, it really does help, you know. Victoria in high school, you know, she said, Mom, I want to do drama. So drama is acting. Go for it. Go for it. I just wanted her to be a lawyer. You know what I mean? And I thought, if you're going to be a lawyer and you're in court, you have to be an actor. You know, you've got to be an actor. So I thought, yeah, do it. Go for it. And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's those little things. And I always, with my kids too, well, you've only got just the one, but I had many. So I used to have activities in collective. And at the same time, okay, I'm just going to go out with this one because it's super important to have the one-on-one and away from dad. You know what I mean? Like you need mummy's day or daddy's day. Like sometimes go. Your turn. I'm going to do other things, you know? It's, yeah, you have to cover like all the different spaces. But in that sense, I absolutely love Australia because you have so many places where you can go and for free. The library, for example, if you go to the library, they have a lot of activities. They do show and tell, they do reading in the holidays. Heaps of activities. Okay, you ready? Okay, second part. Second part. Okay, we've got an hour to go. Yes? Thank you, everyone, for showing the love. Thank you. Okay, so regular verbs. These are the ones I would say are even more difficult than the irregular verbs. At least with the irregular verbs, you look at them and you go, oh, they look different, so they must sound different. Yes? But with the regular, they all end in ed. So you go, if it ends in ed, they're all the same. But this is not true, okay? It says, as you well know, regular verbs have an ed ending in the past tense. The problem is that the pronunciation of this regular verb is irregular. So even though they're regular, the way we pronounce is irregular. They change, they're different. Because it depends on the final sound, not the writing. It's the sound that you hear, okay? The pronunciation rules listed below give you an idea of how to pronounce ed. So this is a very common mistake that I see, hear all the time. Let's go to the first one. This is the first one. Okay, where's my pen? Here we go. So when I have the verb ending in a sound that is t or d, so it goes T or D, yes? The ed is going to sound like id. Id. So how does this sound actually? So we're going to say, for example, way, tid, ni, did. So only the verbs that end in T and D in sound are the ones that have 2 or more syllables. If I have, for example, let's say, celebrate, yeah? I'm just going to add the D, is correct? And when I pronounce, I'm going to say, se, le, brated. Celebrated. 4 syllables, you see? The E is sh, because if I go celebrate in present, I go celebrate. What is the last sound? T. So celebrated. If I say, for example, yes, so here I have the base verb, decide. The E is silent. What is the last sound? Decide. 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 So here I'm going to go decide. These are the only verbs where you separate. So for example, when you say, for example, yes, because I work it all the weekend, it isn't work it. It's worked, as we're going to see. When you say, for example, yes, because he stopped at the car, I stopped working. No, it's not stopped. Stopped. Okay? So the only ones that you separate, you break, are going to be the ones that end in D and T. Okay? Good. Hello? Okay, question.
Es que
¿Cómo?
no estoy entendiendo.
Ok. Entonces, dije, cuando el verbo termina en el sonido T o D, estos son los verbos que cuando yo agrego ed, vamos a decir id. Por eso digo wait, se escucha la T, ¿no? Wait. Entonces, en pasado va a ser waited. Si digo need, escucho la D, need. Entonces, en pasado va a ser needed. Lo mismo cuando digo celebrate. Aunque termina en E, ¿sí? El último sonido es T. Celebrate. Entonces, cuando pronuncio en pasado, voy a decir celebrated. ¿Se entiende? Got it? Yeah? Okay, good. I'm sorry, guys. I don't speak Korean or Chinese or Nepalese. If I could, I would. I would. If I could, it would be much easier for me, really. So I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Okay? Okay. Next group. Let's go to the next group. Could you imagine, though, if I spoke Nepalese and Chinese and Korean? I wouldn't be teaching here, would I? I'd probably be doing something else. Making more money, huh? Okay. Most probably. Okay, good. Now, so you see, it's all about the last sound of the word. So here, look what it's saying. It says, ed, is pronounced t, t. So many people always say to me, teacher, how do you pronounce the T? T. And I like to think that I like jazz. And so when I go to listen to jazz, right, you have the drums, right? And the guy is like, and then when he does his, that's T. Okay? And that is the sound that you want. So when are we going to use this sound? Like you were saying, Edna, work in K. So we're going to say worked. No work it, worked. Are you following me now? Yeah? You understanding now? Good. Okay. So here, for example, we have hope. The last sound, hope, is P. There's the P there. Yes? Hope. What is hope? So, I hope the day ends early today. I hope, please. Hope and in past. So it's kind of like here, yes, it's going to be t. So basically, what am I saying? One word. Hoped. Hoped. That's it. Hoped. I hoped you'd come. See? If we have look, you don't say look at. You say, so we're going to go like this. Looked. Laugh. What is laugh? Right? Laugh. And so here the same. We're going to say laughed. Pass. So this here, please correct. It should be double S, not one S. It should be double S because the S is going to be down here, okay? Double S. Like dress, dressed. This is pass, passed. Many students, when they're doing listening for the English tests, they always get confused because past. Same pronunciation, different writing, different meaning. So sometimes when they have to fill in the words in the English test, they usually write this one, but this is the answer. How do I know? Context. Be careful with the context. Yep. Publish. So this one isn't publish. It's not publish. Huh? Right? When you go, where are you from? Chile. No, not Chile. Huh? It's Chile. Chile. Short. Yes? When you go, I'm Chilean, not Chilean. Huh? Soy chilena. No. Anyway, so a lot of students sometimes I hear when they go publish. No, it's publish. Right? We said the SH. I know it's difficult because it doesn't exist in your alphabet. I know. But that is the sound. Right? Publish. Publish. Okay? So here, now we're going to say with T. Published. Published. Good. And this, watch. Yes, watch. And this, who said watch it? No, not watch it. Watched. Watched. So here, because I have the CH, so you see SH, CH. So here, this is going to be T. So it's not watch it, it's watched. Watched. Okay? Got it? Because you guys are going to do an exercise afterwards, yeah? So if you don't understand now, tell me. Okay? Yeah. Because then we're going to see if you were paying attention. Okay. Oh, by the way, next week we'll go back to conversation, okay? This week, because the week was shorter, I decided to do a bit more grammar. Today, we're not actually doing grammar. We're doing pronunciation, yes? But next week, we'll go back to speaking, okay? And we're going to do activities in between, everything with past tense. And the last one. So the last letter, yes, is the D. What is the difference? So we have T, D, 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 right? So when we have the word that ends in B, so this word is sob. What is to sob? It isn't to cry. What is to sob? So yes, when you have probably Emilia, right? When she goes, Mommy, can I? No, baby. Next week, yeah? They don't actually cry, you know. Have you seen those kids, you know, when they're like, yeah, when they're like, I like it when they do with the drama. No tears. There's no tears at all, huh? And they're like, that's my favorite. Mean, huh? Super mean. Anyway, that is to sob. That is the difference between cry, because cry is, right? That is to cry with feeling. You have the tears. Huh? It's like, why are you crying? Yeah. So sob and here. So here on the end, again, we're going to replace it for a D. So this is sobbed. Sobbed. And there we have it there, the B. So all the words that have the B on the end, you're going to add D. So sob, sobbed. Call. I love this one. I love this one because 99% of the time, oh, teacher, I called you yesterday. You called me? It isn't called. It's called. So it's like this. Cold. Like cold. This is cold, but it's cold, right? This one, bathe. So when you go to the beach, yes, and you get into the water, you go into the sea, and you're like, like playing with the water. That is to bathe because you're not actually swimming. You're jumping with the water. And so we say bathed. With a baby, when you have a baby and you put them in the bath, correct? And you wash them as you can. So that is to bathe the baby. Love. Oh, love. Huh? And past, loved. I loved that movie. Yes? Use, used. No, you said. Because I hear that too. Yeah, you said. No, you said. Used. Used. Measure. So measure, as to measure. And then here, I measured it. I measured it. Clean, not cleaned. Huh? Probably said that one, yeah? Yeah, I clean it. I clean it. Very good. Yes? Cleaned. Cleaned. Lower. Lower. So before we saw rise, and now you have lower. So here, lowered. Lowered. It's like this. Low. I'm thinking like this. I'm thinking low word. Maybe something like that. Low, 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 lowered. Marry, married, no married. I've heard students when they go, yes, I'm married. I'm married. It's like, married? No, married. Married. It's like this. Married. 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 Damage. Damaged. No, not damage. Damaged. No, not there. There's no extra sound. It's one. It's like this. You go damaged. Like this. Look. Look, 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 look. Pronounce. Damage. The G is like this sound here. CH. Damage. But then here, now, damaged. Good. Damaged. Good? Okay, any questions? Any questions? No? Nobody? Miss Caro? No? John?
No.
Jalmaya? No. Julia? Wang? Any questions? Ah, thank you. No. Okay, good. Raj? Okie dokie. Let's practice. I'm just going to do a few and then you guys are going to work, okay? So, you have this. Yes? Okay. I have. Oh, who wants to see him? So I have rulers. If you need rulers, yes? Here. Yes? So it's better if you do the lines. Okay. When you're ready, let me know when you're ready. Okay? Yep. So we're going to do a few together, and then you're going to do it you. Okay? So the first one is to iron. What is to iron? Huh? When you have your clothes and you take them from the washing machine and they're dry and you, correct? You iron the clothes, the shirts. So this is to iron. Okay? So in past, listen. Ironed. Ironed. What do you hear? This one, or this one? The last one, correct? So here we're going to put ironed. Ironed. Yes, I can. Stapler.
Yeah.
Next one. Study. Study. So when I pronounce in past, I'm going to say studied. Studied. 1, 2, or 3? 3. Studied. Okay. Next one. Invite. So I'm going to say invited. Invited. 1, 2, or 3? The first one. Yes, the first one. Invited. Good. Next one. Pack. So in past, I'm going to say packed. Packed. The second column. Good. Packed. Good. Next one. Miss. To miss. I'm going to pronounce missed. Missed. The second one, correct? The middle column. Good. Missed. To learn. Learned. Learned. Number 3. Learned. Good job. Stay. So I say stayed. Stayed. 1, 2, yes, 3. Good. Third column. To name. Named. Named. The third. Number 3. Named. You can hear the D. To include. Included. Included. Second one. Included.
What's the one?
The first one. Good. Yes. Good, Edna. Included. To thank. Thanked. 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 The second. Good. So you see, look at all these words, but nevertheless, they have a different pronunciation. Okay? Okay, good. So today, I'm going to let you, as a Friday, pick a partner, pick somebody, work together, and discover the pronunciation and the sounds, and choose the columns. You finish, and you can go home. How's that sound? Okay? Good. So pick somebody you want to work with and sit with that person and start working together. Okay? Good. Go. Okay, you guys have got this? Okay, so I'll see you guys next week. Have fun. Have a great weekend. Bye.